Welcome back. In today's lesson, we'll look at two examples on how to rationalize the denominator. In the first example, we have this fraction here, and you can see that in this fraction, we have in the denominator root 7. Now, root 7 is an irrational number. So, let's see how we can rationalize this so that the denominator of this fraction becomes a irrational number. Now looking at the solution, you can see this is our given fraction, and we are multiplying and dividing the given fraction by the conjugate of the denominator. Now this is the denominator, 3 minus root of 7, and we are multiplying by 3 plus root 7 and also dividing by 3 plus root 7. Now 3 plus root 7 is the conjugate of 3 minus root 7. Now you can see here that this fraction here, its value is equal to 1. So in other words, we are not changing the value of the given fraction, we are just multiplying it by 1. And let's see what we get in the next step. So in the next step, we are multiplying in the numerator in this fraction with the numerator here. So we will multiply 4 with this 3 plus root 7. So we're keeping 4 outside and 3 plus root 7 in a bracket. And in the denominator, we are multiplying two conjugates. Now let's look at the shortcut method of multiplying two conjugates. Take the first term here and square it, so we get 3 square. Take the second term in the denominator and also square it, so we get root 7 square, and in between you'll always have a subtraction sign. Then in the next step, you can see we are keeping the numerator still in the same way, and the denominator, when we simplify, 3 squared is 9 minus root of 7 squared, so this root and this square cancel out, so you are left with 7. So 9 minus 7 is 2 here, and now this 2 and this 4 can be further simplified, so 2 goes into 4 2 times, so we have 2 left in the numerator and 3 plus 7 in the bracket. So expanding the bracket, we get 6 plus 2 root 7. Before we go to example 2, please remember to like, share and subscribe to this video. In example 2, we have to rationalize the denominator of this fraction, and you can see in this fraction we have root 3 as an irrational number. So let's see how we can go about rationalizing the denominator of this given fraction. Looking at this solution, we can see this is our given fraction, and again we are multiplying and dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. This is the denominator, 2 plus root of 3. So 2 minus root of 3 is the conjugate. So these two are conjugates of each other, and you can see the denominator here and the numerator are exactly the same, and this fraction is equal to 1. So we are not changing the value of our given question, we are just multiplying and dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. So in the next step, we are multiplying the numerator with the numerator. The first term here multiplied by the first term here, so we get 2 root 3. The first term here multiplied by the second term here, we get negative root 3 times root 3. Then multiplying the second term, 1 with 2, we get positive 2 here. And multiplying the second term with the second term, we get 1 multiplied by negative root 3 is negative root 3. Next, multiplying the denominator with the denominator, we are multiplying the conjugates. So the shortcut method, as I've taught you in example 1, take the first term here, that is 2, square it, and then they take the next term, that is root 3, also square it. So we are taking root 3 squared, and in between you'll always have a minus sign. Next, 2 squared is 4. Here the root sign and the square will cancel out, so you'll be left with 3. So this will become 4 minus 3 in the denominator, and in the numerator we have 2 root 3 minus, now root 3 times root 3 will give you 3. So you have negative here, so negative root 3 times root 3 will give you 3. So we have this numerator. Let's simplify the numerator. So if you have 2 root 3 minus 1 root 3, you get root 3. You have 2 root 3 minus 1 root 3, you get 1 root 3, and you have negative 3 here plus 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, and in the denominator you have 4 minus 3 is 1, so we are left with root 3 minus 1, and you can see that we have rationalized the denominator of the given fraction. Thank you for learning. Please share your knowledge with others and support our effort.